Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Anthony Richardson, first professional action, preseason, week 1. Fired up for this one. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of this channel. Not only is it a great way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So if you dig the way that I talk and teach ball, you will love the Quarterback School Patreon community, really trying to create the environment of what it's like in an NFL quarterback room. So all sorts of depth, nuance, detail, deep film study. Fired up for you to become a member over there. Hop over, join, support the channel. I appreciate it. As for this video, let's get into it. All right, Anthony Richardson, preseason week 1, rough start. This is a interception up top. It's really an RPO gone wrong on many levels, compounded by a bit of a panic throw at the end, and it's a pick. So a lot to learn from here. I'm going to try to make sense of it without looking into if anyone talked about it post-game, but just making sense of the RPO here. It looks like they're reading the alley defender. So they've kind of got 6 blocked in the box, and then Anthony Richardson essentially doesn't have the throw. So what do I mean by that? I mean that when we're talking about reading this defender right here, so the offensive line unit, the run blocking unit, 6 people, they've got 6 in the box. So that's the 6 they're accounting for. It looks like the quarterback is reading this as the conflict defender. Okay, so once the conflict defender gets into the run, the options here for Anthony Richardson looks like this on the quick out, because it sure looks like up top we're just blocking the corner. Sweet irony that the corner getting blocked gets a pick gift right to his face. So this throw is not there. Okay, we come down from the heavens here. It's tight, come off the edge, he's unblocked. Okay, a few different things here. So the first thing here is that you just let it eat. Okay, you just give it to this guy and say, good luck. What you probably want to do is either throw this at the feet or throw this into the front row. And it looks like it's compounded because he goes to throw it, which is probably the right read. It's not there, panic, interception late. The other part about it, just making sense of it, and probably be better to do it from the back, but we'll do it from here because I'm already going. I'm going to guess that the right tackle makes a mistake. It's either the right tackle or the right guard makes a mistake, because the right tackle looks like he goes out and decides he's going to block the edge with a kickstand here. If that's the case, if we're going to go push this thing out, then everybody needs to push out. And the right guard then needs to take over the end, and so on and so forth, and then we leave one of these guys on the backside. So we've got multiple errors. Certainly, Anthony Richardson's interception is the worst, but just watch that alley defender up top. So he goes to throw that thing, and it's not there. Now, maybe the slot didn't run the right route. Whatever. Only they know. But at this point, it's all bad. Okay, so it looks like he goes to throw it, and he's not ready, right? Like he's throwing it. Maybe it's supposed to be a screen. Maybe it's supposed to be a bubble. Who knows? Something's off. Compounded disaster. One of the early lessons you want to learn about playing quarterback at any level is don't make a bad play a disaster. This was a bad play, and now it's a disaster. Watch the right tackle. He should stay on the end most likely. He goes out. See him kickstand with his left arm. Boom. Now he's out, and now we have the defensive end at the point of attack unblocked. So multiple errors lead to a bad play. Anthony Richardson makes it a disaster, gift interception, learn from it, on to the next. Next one here, very next play. Zone read up top. Go from 2x2 wing slot to 1x3 nub. I love leaving the C-gap defender, let Anthony Richardson make the first guy miss, and then run through the corner's face. I also love this call post-turnover. You can tell Anthony Richardson's running with a little bit of juice here. So we're going to read the C-gap defender. He turns his shoulders, makes somebody miss, and then run through someone's face, little guy. And I'm not sure how often you want to do that as a quarterback, but I could understand the vibes of why you'd want to do it here. So just a simple football play. We're reading the C-gap defender. I'll show you exactly who we're reading from the backside, but I love the ability to just let him get out and get his feet underneath him, especially after a pick. You could probably got some juice going. You want to lay into someone. We're going to read this defender. He's going to cross the line, but then he's going to turn his shoulders sideways, as opposed to what I think a lot of people would want to do with surf this thing, get across the line of scrimmage and stay square. Stay square usually means let's hand it off. If he turns his shoulders like this, well, then let's pull this thing, get out on the edge. And he's certainly a good enough athlete to get out on the edge. The other thing I would add here is this arc block, not good enough. So I personally love reading the C-gap defender like this. And when we do this, we got to be able to hold up on the edge. He holds up on the edge here. It's an even better play. So again, it's the preseason. I get it. Like this play call, certainly like Anthony Richardson's ability to get out of that tackle. And then this, boom. Next one here, tough one, backed up on the 12. This looks like an iteration of Hank down here to the bottom. And we just throw this thing, well off the plate. This is like an 0-2 fastball. Just no chance to hit this thing. Now, concept-wise here, not a huge fan of this. Y'all should know this is coming, but I also understand it. So we're going to sit here. We're going to kind of spray hook. Okay, and I'm assuming, big assumption here, okay, so don't freak out. I'm assuming the top of this route is correct, meaning that he's not curling this. He's coming straight back to the quarterback. The only other option it could be potentially is to come down the stem, or maybe he's supposed to hinge out because the ball is way out here. So I'm going to assume that this is supposed to be a true hook where he's going to hit this thing and come right back to the quarterback. If that's the case, this is a wide miss. Okay, the read for this is usually sit over the ball, 1, hook 2, some iteration of flat or wide down here. Now, the only thing that makes Hank worse is if you run mirrored routes. So I think that instead of running mirrored routes, they run double slant over here. Now, I couldn't tell you what the read is, why you'd want to go one side or the other. Maybe it's open and closed. Regardless, okay, it doesn't really matter what the read is. At the end of the day, this is open. It's a spray miss. We're not going to dive into the nuance as far as why exactly he's missing this just off one rep. But the sit's not there. The hook is. Again, why? JT, why do you always hate on Hank? Well, watch the sit and the slant here if you're going to mirror these combos. See how tight they are? You got one guy kind of covering both. They've got 3 guys in the area. It just looks muddy. The spacing's not good enough. This is the NFL. Regardless, this is a nice route from the tight end. Everything except the throw and the catch. And the catch would be a tough catch. We're getting pulled here a little bit, but I think he could just be a little bit more under control. He looks a little hurried. So no to the sit there. Maybe playing it a little fast. Then switch your feet to the left as opposed to not totally getting over there, not getting lined up, opening to the left, throwing that thing well off the plate. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications, let it wash over you. An easy way to support the channel. I sincerely appreciate you subscribing, getting the notifications. It means a lot to me and the channel, so thank you for doing that. Again, the Quarterback Patreon community, you know about it. Become a member, get even more Quarterback School content. We've also got Quarterback School courses, by far the most premier, in-depth, detailed content that I offer. Love creating those courses. Have courses on all of my favorite football topics, RPOs, tempos, pass protection, how to beat every coverage, even an entire offensive system that I need to get more people to enroll in because I'm very proud of that product. So get over there, check out the courses. I appreciate it. In addition, we've got a bunch of free resources available. And then finally, follow me across social media platforms, most active on X, Twitter. Get over there, engage. I appreciate it. As for this video, let's get back to it. Next one here, really nice job with the long trap pop pass to the tight end up top, the Gronk special, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady back in the day. Really nice job threading the needle right down the hash. Love to see it. Pulling the left guard, get that action of the backers up, and it's right down the hash. Thing of beauty. So just really appreciate the action of this. It's actually one of the harder looks as far as coverages you can get. So right here, we're going. There's the pulling guard. We're going to get the action downhill. We're going to get the backers stepping up, and then we're going to get that wrap right in, little pop pass right down the line. So again, it's all about getting these guys to step up to create this lane. Really nice job. Good execution. And again, it was tight window. This is playing quarterback in the league. Love to see it. Go get it. Right down the hash. Whoomp. That's a fastball too. When I say tough look, coverage-wise, for me, anytime you're running what I'm going to call the bones of 4 verticals here, whether I know it's not really 4 verticals with the action and the long trap, but this shell, what essentially plays itself out as quarters, to me is one of the hardest ones. And now the answers that you can do here is potentially running guys on like stops or hinges or something out here to give you an option outside the numbers. But you're really relying a lot on the space of this player. If he's deep enough, then yeah, great. It's easy. Just come up here and put it right on him when you get these linebacker types to step up with the action. But if he were to settle here, this is a really hard throw. So nice job making sense of it. Get a little fortunate with the depth of the safety up top. See him get out of there. Boom. Other things I like about Anthony Richardson's game right here. Watch the base. Boom. No heel click. Decisive. Right down the line. And again, the velocity, outstanding. One more time. The fake. Rip. Right down the line. Tight window. Look at that throw. This thing just barely gets in there. Whoomp. Woohoo! Heater. Next one here, I really like the anticipation on this one to the bottom. Long trap action again, little hinge to the bottom. I'll pause it, show exactly when he let this thing go. We get a flag here, it's an incompletion. But be able to set your base to the left, let that thing rip. He goes to throw it right there. He's already separated. Look at the wide receiver at the bottom. Not out of the break, not anywhere close to out of the break yet. Yeah, he grabbed him. But that is nice. That's outstanding quarterbacking. Middle field closed, seams. Really nice job from the back as well. Watch the back track that pressure off the slot, come back, take the hit off. That's outstanding. I love to see the anticipation from any quarterback, let alone a rookie quarterback who's playing in his first ever preseason game. So the idea being here that we're going to come out here and we're throwing this thing early. He's going to hinge out of it. And this is capital A right here. Now, in addition, this looks like it's seams versus middle field closed, and we got guys running with us. So these are tight man throws here as we be able to run with these seams. Probably mirrored hinges out here, so pick a side. But again, y'all, not everybody is doing capital A anticipation. Great to see it early in a guy's career. First ever preseason game, good base, velocity, throws right on him. Flag, let's go. Again, watch the back, scan that pressure, pull in the right guard. Nice protection. Boom. That's a heater, man. Last one here. We're going to see Anthony Richardson up top to the slot, drop an absolute dime on a corner. Woo! This is a strike. Everything but the catch. We got to make that catch, man. It's a tough contested catch. I'll talk about exactly how they get there. But man, this is look at this throw, y'all. This is in the bucket. And I thought originally the DB got his hand like raking through the arms. He really doesn't. He's up on his helmet. That's an absolute seed. That is such a difficult throw. It's really the throw that the defense wants you to make as well. Now, so for a few things here. This throw, why it's so impressive, is because he comes inside and sets his thing to the high corner. So we've got the DB type who's on his outside for an outside breaking route. So really the only throw you have is to drop it right down the line. Okay, normally on a corner, I would say, hey, let's leave it. You got this whole window. You can just drop this thing anywhere over here, but that's only if the DB type is inside as you run out. If he's outside, then the only option you have is to drop it right down the line of the corner. And guess what he does? Right down the line of the corner. Now, the other thing, okay, and this is more of the coaching hat. I used to tell these guys running corners, if you want the ball, go outside. Okay, so once he goes inside, the quarterback's really got to trust you. You really got to be on the same page, and they are right here. Now, the other thing about it here, potentially you'd say to Anthony Richardson in the quarterback room is, once he goes inside, he might have covered himself. Why? Because he's got outside leverage and we've got someone potentially over the top. That being said, and again, it's easy with a clicker, so don't freak the hell out. Little hook right here, open. Now, is a hook going to be open versus press man very often? No. But those always sting for me when I go back and watch the film and you're like, damn, had a drop on a dime and we've got a wide ass open other guy. Also, don't screenshot me that. I know it's open. Watch that inside release though. Whoop. So right there, it's borderline 2-on-1 there to the corner. It doesn't mean you can't throw it. Okay? It doesn't mean it's a bad decision. It just means, is it the best decision? Only they know. Regardless, it's an absolute dot. Good night, bro. Catch the ball. Again, pocket movement, maybe a little clicky, maybe a little toesy, but it really doesn't matter. He's got such a smooth, fluid flick for being such a big, powerful guy with such velocity. It comes out smooth. Boom. So that is a wrap. Anthony Richardson, preseason week 1, overreaction time. Tough start. I think there's a lot to learn from in that interception. I thought there's a lot to learn from with some of just the misses as well. And there's a lot to be excited about. Dude is athletic, dynamic athlete. He's also got the ability as a passer. I think he's farther along than people want to acknowledge. The anticipation, the touch, some of the footwork. Now, is it consistent? No. Are there some misses that are a little concerning? Sure. And get excited, y'all. Anthony Richardson bringing fastballs, bringing anticipation, bringing touch. Let's go. Fired up to see what the Colts look like this year. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.